Welcome back for another video. In today's video I'll be running through my Gameweek 4 team selection and thoughts heading into this game week. If you missed the Gameweek 4 captains video, make sure you give that a watch too. A link will be on screen at the end. Just before we jump in, a quick thank you to all the new subscribers. There's been a huge influx and it's great to see so many new faces in the comments. I read every comment, so let me know how your Gameweek 3 went and what your plans are for Gameweek 4. If you enjoyed today's video, please remember to leave a like too. With 2 transfers banked, there's a very likely double move for Gameweek 4, more on that later. We'll start off with a quick look back at how Gameweek 3 went. We finished on 62 points, which was a small red arrow from 281k to 327k. A very strong start to the season all in all, and happy to be where we are. Trent picked up 2 bonus despite not getting any returns that game, which shows how good his underlying numbers were again. Cancelo started again as City kept back-to-back clean sheets. Likewise Shaw kept a clean sheet, however somewhat fortunate as Wolves could have scored on another day. Veltman got his first minutes of the season but was left on the bench in favour of Ayling, who conceded 1 in a 1-1 draw with Burnley. The midfield disappointed as Salah was the only player to pick up any returns despite a good spread of fixtures. The Jota to Benrahma transfer was underwhelming too. That said, in the Gameweek 3 video we talked about Jota's potential benching, so the move was the right one at the time, albeit just a single point gained. Danny Ings picked up what will be 4 farewell points in Gameweek 3. He has 4 tougher fixtures coming up and will be leaving the team for Gameweek 4. Later in the video we'll run through the transfer plans. Lastly, Antonio delivered for the 3rd game week in a row and rescued what could have been a much bigger red arrow if we'd gone for Bruno captain. We talked in pre-season about how elite his numbers were when he played, so we can be happy to have gotten the returns to back the research. Unfortunately, with his ownership over 50% now, the gains we get from him will be diminished, but we'll hunt for the next bandwagon. On to the Gameweek 4 team selection and transfer plans. Sanchez starts in goal facing Brentford away. Brentford are 5th from bottom for expected goals this season on 3.2. Brighton have conceded 3 goals in their opening 3 games with 1 clean sheet along the way. Brentford are an attacking side on their day, so the hope is that Brighton can restrict them to shots outside the box for Sanchez to rack up save points and a hopeful clean sheet. Trent starts for the exciting Leeds fixture. He's created 15 chances, 3 big chances and 31 crosses, all 3 of which are more than any other defender. As we predicted, his numbers are back to his best after finishing last season strong, and any given game week has the potential for a haul. Cancelo faces Leicester away, which could be an unpredictable game. Vardy has impressive numbers against top teams, especially sides like City who play a high line and provide the space for him to make bursting runs in behind. I imagine Walker will start for this reason with his pace, so one of Cancelo or Zinchenko starts in left back. That said, it's Pep. Cancelo is on the chopping block for Gameweek 4 and may well leave the team, more on that later. Luke Shaw faces Newcastle at home. He looked a no-brainer to own heading into this season, but even more so now with Ronaldo to feed balls to. As mentioned in the captains video, Newcastle are expected to continue playing Woodman in goal, their 3rd choice keeper. It's an exciting game as Ronaldo is likely to make his return debut for the game, and it could be a bloodbath honestly. With Ayling facing Liverpool, Veltman comes in for a slightly risky double up. It'll be a tough game and the hope is that he comes back into the starting 11 now he's fit and ready. Worst case scenario, Ayling comes off the bench, who already has shown this season that he can pick up an attacking return against the top side. The current captain is Salah, but this could switch to one of the incoming transfers. Salah needs no justification for captaincy this game week, and he's 2nd for predicted points behind Ronaldo. He got a hat-trick in Gameweek 1 against Leeds last season and blanked in the reverse fixture, having only made a cameo off the bench. It could be a tougher game than it looks on paper for Liverpool, but you'd back them to win by a couple. Bruno's an interesting one for Gameweek 4. He's by far the most sold player heading into this game week with over 700,000 managers getting rid. Naturally the expectation is that he loses penalty duties to Ronaldo, however it feels like a game week too early for me. Bruno's fully capable of hauling without a penalty and he's facing Newcastle who are 2nd bottom for expected goals conceded this season. The whole world will have their eyes on Ronaldo for that match, including the Newcastle players, and Bruno could find more opportunities than he's been afforded the last couple of games. For now, he stays in the team and might make way in a later game week. Despite Benrahma's blank in Gameweek 3, the positive news for owners is that Lingard didn't complete the West Ham transfer, and that Benrahma won't miss Gameweek 4 through quarantine after some previous concerns heading into the international break. He faces Southampton away, who have failed to keep a clean sheet this season and have given up 8 big chances, which is 3rd worst. Rafinha starts, albeit with a tough fixture against Liverpool. We've talked before about how he's capable of picking up a return in any given game, and we saw that back in Gameweek 2 when he scored against Everton. With such a great run of fixtures after Liverpool, it's a no-brainer to ride it out and keep hold. Aston Villa face Chelsea away, which will be a very tough game. Villa are missing Martinez and Buendia, and have a number of potential injuries to other players including Traore, Bailey, Konsa, Trezeguet, Ramsey, Sanson. It's tough to see beyond a Chelsea win and few chances for Ings. He's a clinical player nonetheless, but he'll be leaving the team. Lastly, Antonio has the Southampton fixture along with Benrahma. For the third consecutive game he got double-digit returns, which isn't sustainable, but we're enjoying the ride while it lasts. His final international fixture in Costa Rica comes just 2 days before his Gameweek 4 fixture, which is not ideal scheduling, and it could be a difficult game for him to see through the full 90 minutes. There's 2 transfer plans currently being considered. The first being Ings to Lukaku and Cancelo to White. We discussed the Villa absentees, and the gut feel pick is to back him over Ronaldo. I don't feel Ronaldo is worth it unless you plan to captain him for the Newcastle game. The reason being that Lukaku's a no-brainer from Gameweek 7, which makes Ronaldo a 3 gameweek pick unless you plan to run with 2 forwards, which I'm not keen on at all. I'd be more likely to stick the armband on Salah or Lukaku, as enticing as the Ronaldo captaincy is, therefore we'll be avoiding him for now. He'll almost certainly join the team at some point this season. However, as mentioned, from Gameweek 7 Lukaku is a fantastic pick, so this is a move that would get ahead of the curve in that respect, with the fantastic Villa fixture in Gameweek 4 too. If all goes to plan, hopefully this will be a forward-thinking move and saves the wildcard for a later date. If you caught my video on the greatest FPL manager of all time, Fabio said he's not convinced that Ronaldo's worth it right now, so perhaps that's played on my mind too, but I do agree. Calvert-Lewin, Bamford, Antonio, Jimenez all look like great picks. The other move being considered is Ings to Calvert-Lewin and Cancelo to Robertson. As it stands, I'm leaning towards this combination of moves more. With Calvert-Lewin on penalty duties, he looks a no-brainer to have, and his next 3 games are decent. The Liverpool double-up is a gut feel pick, but they do have 3 very strong fixtures, so the aim would be a hopeful 2 clean sheets in 3 and 1 attack in return from Robertson. Let me know your thoughts on these moves. The bench remains in the same order, no changes required. As always, I'll tweak my team and post it here on my YouTube channel before the deadline. We'll monitor the remaining international fixtures too in case of any emergent injuries or news. Let me know in the comments how your Gameweek 3 went and what your plan is for Gameweek 4. I'll read every comment, so if you enjoyed the video, let me know. And lastly, please remember to like the video and hit subscribe to support the channel.